double duty with the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. In order to gain some more experience, he decided to run the ARCA REMAX Series race here today at Michigan. Now the crew chief on the pit box today for Brian Scott is Jonathan Davis. He's a recent hire at Venturini Motorsports, and he previously was at Ganassi Racing, bringing some of those notes over to Venturini Motorsports.
Sean Case has got a little bit of help as well. He's got a coach that's up on top of the spotter's box or spotter stand today in Todd Bodine.
That's right. Todd won his first nationwide race right here at this racetrack back in the early 90s.
So Sean Case moves up into the second spot. Everyone's still chasing Scott Speed here at Michigan International Speedway. Brian Scott trying a few different lines to stay with that 0-1 of Sean Case. Our top five: Scott Speed, Sean Case, Brian Scott, Justin Lofton, and Justin Allgaier. Allie Owens carrying one of our cameras around Michigan International Speedway. We'll be back with more right after this.
Stormy seas, I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Sunday, NASCAR race day marches into the Irish Hill.
Nothing says horsepower like Michigan.
This is major. NASCAR race day, built by the Home Depot. Live coverage from Michigan begins Sunday, 10:30 Eastern. NASCAR on speed. Be there.
The heartburn-stopping strength of Zantac also comes with a refreshing hint of cool mint. Maximum strength Zantac 150 Cool Mint tablets. Heartburn? Attack it. Zantac.
There are people out there who can change history. It's up to people like me to stop them.
Welcome to the wall.
Jump into action with Jumper, now available.
2 miles beneath solid rock lies the buried treasure that fuels America.
Hurry up, let's go!
It will take hundreds of steel pipes, massive iron wrenches, and the toughest guys in Texas
I've lost a thumb, broke my back, cut off a big toe.
to do the most dangerous job of all.
Anything and everything can go wrong up there.
From the creator of Deadliest Catch, Black Gold, an all-new series, premieres Wednesday, June 18th at 10 on True TV. Not reality, actuality.
This is a photo of our first Lumber Liquidator store. We didn't have a fancy showroom or an expensive location. Our goal was simply to provide great hardwood flooring at the best possible prices anywhere. Today, as the largest direct retailer of hardwood flooring, we're still not fancy and a bit out of the way, but we continue to have the best hardwood flooring at incredible prices.
2 1/4-inch solid oak utility grade flooring, only 99 cents a square foot. Supreme pre-finished horizontal natural bamboo, just $1.99 a square foot.
Visit your local Lumber Liquidators or lumberliquidators.com.
Welcome back. It's been all Scott Speed here at Michigan. Racing for Wildlife 200. Brooklyn, Michigan, the site, and the sun is shining down on this racetrack and Scott Speed right now, as he has put about a 1.5 second distance between himself and Brian Scott. Actually, Brian Scott's taken the second spot back away from Sean Case since we went away.
You see Matt Carter right there, the Stein Seed Ford. That's Larry Clement's car, the guy that owned that race car for the 9 championships that Frank Kimmel won. But look at this heavy traffic here. There's Patrick Shelter on the inside, that camouflage number 60. There's Ricky Stenhouse going right through the middle.
2 and 3 wide here as they go through the tri-oval, and Ricky Stenhouse trying to get by that 46 of Matt Carter. as he moves to the inside. Wendy, is that car handling pretty well now?
Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse has been complaining about the gear change they made earlier this weekend, saying, I don't think it was a good idea. It hits the rev limiter at the start-finish line. He's having a hard time passing. They're going to switch to the B-box to see if it's going to run a little bit better for Ricky, and he can get around this traffic.
You know, that's the thing. These cars don't have a gear rule. They have an engine RPM limit through the Mallory ignition system, so they can run whichever gear they want. A lot of times they'll run more gear than they think they need to try to get off the corner, but then they pay for it down at the far end of the straightaway because they get against that rev limiter, and that will stop the advancement of that engine. So it's really a fine line and a difficult choice sometimes for these crew chiefs to determine what kind of gear they want. They want to be able to get off the corner, but they also want to be able to run the top end as well.
Now we see Ricky Stenhouse ducking in behind that 32 of Chris Wimmer. Chris Wimmer right behind the 46 of Matt Carter, carrying one of our cameras around the track.
Ooh, almost a little contact where it looked like Ricky got a little bit loose. But you see Matt Carter got his first career win at Toledo just a couple races ago. Second points, there's 3 wide racing. Taylor Malsom, the 4 on the inside. That's Ricky in the middle. The 32 of Chris Wimmer on the outside. And here comes Tom Hester, the 3rd in that number 1 car. You know, you see these guys racing right now 2 and 3 wide, sometimes maybe even 4 wide. This is on a different right side tire than what they did all their practicing on here and qualifying. Right. Hoosier felt like they had a situation that they weren't comfortable with the right side tires that they brought, so they actually loaded up the tire that they raced at Kentucky a couple of races ago, the right side tires, loaded them up in a hauler, brought them here yesterday, remounted everybody's right side tires in the field, basically exchanged the tires for these right side tires that they ran at Kentucky, that they actually ran here last year, that they felt more comfortable with. So I just want to give a great attaboy to Hoosier for pulling the trigger on something like that to ensure that these guys have a tire that they're comfortable with and that they can race at speeds upwards of 180 miles an hour on.
Yeah, what a huge decision that was, and we really applaud Hoosier for doing that. And now we see right now it's Scott Speed that is working to stay in front of Brian Scott. Again, Scott had got passed by Sean Case before we went to commercial break, and now it looks as though Brian Scott is going to be battling for the lead here in Michigan.
Yeah, Scott had about a second-half lead about 3 laps ago, it seems like. What's going on with that 2-car, Wendy?
Scott Speed is complaining about his car, saying it's getting worse and worse and worse the longer we run. The times are falling off quick, and he can't work that middle groove. Scott Speed not happy right now with that car.
See, Brian Scott looks like he's got that one handling okay.
Sure does. He's on the inside. Look at Sean Case. Is he going to make it 3 wide on the bottom?
3 wide for the lead. They're trying it. Sean Case moving to the inside of Scott Speed. It's Brian Scott in front. A little contact there, it looked like. Sean Case moved up the racetrack, got into the inside of Scott Speed.
A little side drafting right there. I actually see a tire mark on the side of that 0-1 car, but Sean Case takes over the 2nd spot. Sean had a lot of experience in the East Series of NASCAR. Ran for Andy Santerre, did a nice job there, won a lot of races.
Could we see the same problems right now for Scott Speed as we saw at Pocono? I mean, it was about 10 laps for Scott Speed, and he had to come back onto pit road every time. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that situation here. Again, we've run, you know, a number of laps here, and we haven't seen any problems whatsoever. We've got 15 laps complete right now, and you know, again, a green racetrack here. The ARCA Remax officials will not let these guys go, you know, 30, 40, 50 laps. Green, you know, they want these guys to be able to take these tires off and look at them. So if we get somewhere around 20, 25 laps, we can look probably for a competition caution. Right now, Brian Scott setting a blistering pace around this racetrack as he's putting quite a few cars a lap down. Another guy that's been running well has been the 4 of Taylor Malsom, but just moments ago, what a close call he had. That's the left front tire goes down. You were talking about maybe some tire issues. Left front tire goes down on Taylor Malsom's car. Taylor Malsom in the 44. He's actually just behind that threesome there. But there he is on the racetrack now. Trying to get by the 32, Chris Wimmer. And again, the guy setting the pace right now is Brian Scott. Sean Case trying to stay with him. About a second behind him now as Scott Speed has dropped back a second and a half from Brian Scott. So Matt Carter also trying to make his way up to the front, trying to break into that top 10. We'll be back with more.
I want to be home. mean a new home.
Now's a great time to buy a home. RE/MAX.com shows you all the listings in thousands of cities and towns, so you can find your perfect place. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
To master the great outdoors, the pros choose Husqvarna for exceptional power, performance, and precision. Now you too can master your great outdoors with professionally proven Husqvarna. Visit masteryourgreatoutdoors.com to learn more.
So what you gonna get? No, check it out. Don't answer that. I know what we're gonna get. Right portion, right price menu. Hey, I'm talking here. You should get the sirloin steak. I'm gonna get the Parmesan crusted chicken or the sausage penne pasta. And it starts at just $5.99. Everything you want and nothing you don't. So then you'll have enough left over to buy your new friends some dessert or take them dancing or whatever. Give me more Fridays.
Well, I'll buy you 2 Mustangs and a...
Tired? Need energy? Stacker 2 6-hour Power Extreme Energy Shot. Feel it fast. Energy that lasts. Extreme energy. Energy that lasts. 6 hours of power. Stacker 2 6-hour Power Extreme Energy Shots. Available at your local convenience store.
Walk right in. Sit right down. Baby, let your hair hang down. Walk right in. Sit right down. Baby, don't you wait so long. Walk right in. Sit right down. Baby, let your hair hang down. Relax, you're at Great Clips. Be sure to catch the Great Clips racing team with Gabby DiCarlo.
Daytona, and it wasn't that long ago. Look at the 12, the Alltel 12 Dodge making its way to the front and all the way across the start-finish line. What a huge victory for Ryan Newman. We saw Ryan Newman throw the green flag just moments ago to start this race, and now we've got Ryan Newman up here in the booth. Congratulations on the big win, obviously, to start the season, and welcome to the booth.
Thank you. I felt more comfortable in Daytona than I did waving that green flag. But
did a good job. Looked like you're holding that flag awfully well.
I had a real good grip on it. That was the biggest thing. I was more worried about losing the flag than I was the actual waving. I knew as soon as they saw the green, as a driver, you just go.
Yeah, you were good. Yeah, that's always, for some reason, that's always the advice. Whatever you do, don't drop the flag.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, we've got a caution on the racetrack now. Again, 21 laps into this race. It's a 100-lap race, so almost fourth of the way through. And our first caution has come out. Brian Scott had put about a second on Sean Case, who was running second, Justin Allgaier third, Scott Speed fourth, and Justin Lofton in the top 5. Now, we had touched a little bit earlier on Taylor Mouseman, that number 4, thought maybe something had happened to the left front. But as we looked at it a little closer, Phil, you thought maybe something different?
Yeah, and Ryan was up here too, and he said there's a pretty good bump going in turn number 1. So more than likely that car just bottomed out. Thought for a second that maybe he'd cut down that left front tire, but it actually just bottomed out because he's still running right now in the 17th position on the lead lap. Let's take another look at that, what we were talking about.
And he's up against the wall on the right side of your screen when we come back here, the red car.
It's the red and white car right there. You can see just a little bit of a puff of smoke, or a couple little series of puff of smokes, but that, you know, these fenders are so tight on these tires, aren't they, Ryan?
Yeah, the biggest thing is the nose is down. We run a lot of shock on the front of the cars to keep the nose down, and when you hit a little bump like that, sometimes with the tire fender clearance and things like that, it's just does a little tap, and you see a little smoke. So he'll get a chance to go into pit road and look at that left front tire, make sure that he's not, coming close to cutting it down.
He hit a great run last week at Pocono. He finished third. That was his career best. Did a super nice job there.
He's run all the races up to this time out of Washington. We're hearing pit road is now open, so we expect to see all 41 cars on pit road, checking out the setups of their cars and making sure everything's good, topping them off with fuel. Now, Phil, potentially, you know, they're not going to be able to go the rest of this race, but they're going to be able to play a little bit more of a fuel mileage game by topping off here, and maybe somebody staying out until 15-20 laps left to go in the race.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, they're going to get a good fuel mileage check here too. They're going to have the 3 pace laps, and then obviously 21 laps of green. So I think we'll see everybody put tires on because they want to make sure. That's what this caution, I think, is for these guys to have an opportunity to put some tires on, and then they'll be good to go for an extended period of time.
We see a little bit of tape on that 0-1 of Sean Case. Jim Trado.
Well, he's told 4,400 second gear down to his pit box here before start finish. He'll bring the Toyota in. They're going to change all 4 tires. They're actually take 2 pounds out of the right front, 2 pounds of air out of the left rear, and 2 rounds up on the track bar, guys. So a fairly major adjustment as they're trying to figure out these tires that, again, are new to this team. They've not raced here before in Michigan. Wendy?
The 20 of Justin Lofton is in for his adjustments, and also 4 tires there here in the 15 pit stall of Brian Scott. He is a little tight in the center, 4 tires and a slight wedge adjustment. A tire rolls away, but they got it. Hitting him is Express Motorsports' Truck Series team.
Race off of pit road, and it was not Brian Scott.
Looks like Ricky Stenhouse in that 99 car. Ricky came in the 9th position off the racetrack. Could have possibly done 2 tires, but Lumpy's guys are pretty good. That may even have been a quick 4-tire change.
Justin Lofton coming off the racetrack, or off of pit road now and back onto the racetrack. So Ricky Stenhouse wins the race off of pit road. He will restart in front of the field. Brian Scott was second off, so loses the lead on pit road. We'll be back with more from Michigan right after this.
The world's most prestigious sports car endurance race.
Le Mans is always something special.
24 hours of Le Mans.
Have you ever seen conditions so unpredictable?
Returns to speed.
It's incredible. This is crazy.
Don't miss the tragedies.
This is dangerous.
Trouble here.
He sticks it in there.
And triumphs.
We did it. We did it. Yes!
That are 24 hours of Le Mans.
Anything can happen.
Live Saturday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Presented by John Deere. Only on.
Our engineers had a mission. Give Sierra more power, more performance, and examine everything that makes a Sierra a Sierra. Mission accomplished. The 2008 Sierra from GMC. The available 5.3-liter V8 offers 315 horsepower and the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size pickup. The Sierra from GMC. Just because it hasn't been done doesn't mean it can't be done.
Here at the phone company, you've been our customer for a long time. Now Vonage wants to change all that.
Well, over 2 million people have already joined Vonage.
Oh, really? Don't they miss having phone service?
Actually, with Vonage, you get the #1 rated digital phone service and unlimited local and long-distance calls, all for just $9.95 per month for the first 3 months. What do you charge?
It's simple, really. It starts with different basic rates, long-distance fees, and of course...
Vonage has over 25 features, and they're included for no extra charge.
For me, Vonage is everything I want in a phone service.
It's dependable. It's perfect.
No nickels and dimes like the phone company.
Get Vonage for only $9.95 per month for the first 3 months. Enjoy clear digital phone sound quality using your high-speed internet connection.
Okay, but making a change is hard, and for over 100 years, the only thing we've changed is...
Your prices?
Whoa!
Call 1-800-425-8916 or go online to startvonage.com.
Welcome back. It's Racing for Wildlife 200 from Michigan International Speedway, the ARCA REMAX Series' 9th event of the 2008 season. Again, our first round of pit stops took place after the caution came out on lap 21. They're letting them know 1 more lap to go before we see the green flag. Now, you were a little bit of a busy man, Ryan. Yesterday, they did a press conference for the Racing for Wildlife.
Yeah, we just had the little press conference talking about the races. It's an awesome thing for me personally. This is my first race for Penske Racing 8 years ago in 2000, driving the ARCA series. So to have a race named after our foundation or for our foundation, the Racing for Wildlife part of it is a partnership with the Conservation Fund and our Ryan Newman Foundation. And then the idea of the Racing for Wildlife program is to get people outdoors. We have our first project is a youth camp. It's called the Mill Lake Youth Camp, just east of Jackson, Michigan, which is just a stone's throw from the racetrack here. And the idea is just to be able to get people back outdoors. There's video games have put a little damper on that, and people have changed their ideas. But the principle is just to have kids, give the kids the opportunity to go back and spend time, whether it's on school trips or family outings, and enjoy hunting, fishing, camping, kayaking, trail hiking, and things like that.
Really enjoying the outdoors, and right now we're about to get the green flag once again. Out in front of it, out in front of this field, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Then Brian Scott runs second, John West Townley third, fourth Scott Speed, and Sean Case is fifth. Green flag back in the air.
Scott Speed's going to jump to the outside of John West Townley. know, you talk about this being your first race 8 years ago for Penske Racing. How important was the ARCA REMAX Series for your career, like it is for somebody like Ricky Stenhouse and John West Townley, Sean Case, and Brian Scott and these guys?
Well, you learn the racetracks, you learn the people, you learn the cars. That's the most important thing. As a driver, you have to have the ability to steer the cars and be able to make them better and to adjust them. And just like in that caution there, to come down pit road and communicate with your crew chief, say, hey, this car's way tight, we need to free it up. Crew chief says, let's free it up this much, and the driver says, no, I'm not that free, I'm not that tight. So you know, just it's a great experience. You know, working with the cars and working with the people, it's you know, it's a great proving grounds.
Brian Scott moving to the inside of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. tries to take the lead back once again. He's got Sean Case behind him in that 0-1. So Ricky Stenhouse Jr. running high on the racetrack. Wendy, what's going on?
Well, Jeff Campy, the crew chief for Ricky Stenhouse, did a little bit of pit strategy. They were running 12th when they came down pit road. They decided 2 tires only for Ricky Stenhouse to try and gain him that track position. They came out the leader, also no adjustments. Now, remember earlier on, they were having trouble passing. Well, he turned the right bead blower off, and it is turning a lot better now for Ricky Stenhouse.
I think it's a pretty good call. We talked about Ricky Stenhouse starting back in the 21st position, so he was running back somewhere around, you know, somewhere around the outside of the top 10. Good call by Lumpy to see what 2 tires were going to do, see how important it was going to be. Obviously, early on, he doesn't have the speed that Brian Scott, Sean Case, and Scott Speed has right now, but after a while, these tires may equalize a little bit, and the advantage that these guys have with fresher left sides than Ricky may go away.
So Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s dropped back to the 4th position after restarting up front. Good call, like you had mentioned, from Lumpy, getting him out front off the pit road. Now we see Rob Brent making the move on the inside in that 0-0. He's got some Michigan ties. Not only is he from Michigan, but his owner's from Michigan.
That's right. Brad Keselowski, he won his first ever nationwide race last week at Nashville, actually owns that car. His uncle Ron works on it. But I tell you, Rob Brent has been very, very impressive here lately. He had a top 5 run a couple weeks ago in Kentucky, but he's run extremely well in several races, not really got the finish he deserved. So that's a young driver that's on the move.
When we talk about Michigan, Ryan, you have a little, I mean, is there animosity there? You're an Indiana guy, actually, from Purdue, graduate of Purdue.
No, growing up in South Bend, Indiana, Michigan was kind of the home track. Then they built Chicago, which Chicago was just a little bit closer. But just, you know, my grandparents lived in Michigan. We born and raised in South Bend, Indiana, so it's close to home. Really enjoy this area. It's beautiful. If you like outdoors, you love the Irish Hills.
Yeah, definitely. Now, we saw a car go behind the wall earlier, the 16 of Justin Allgaier. Wendy, what's going on?
Well, Justin Allgaier is on jack stands, the crew working on the car. Justin, it looks like you guys have a broken rear end. What happened out there?
Not real sure. Just unfortunately, we had gotten up to 3rd there. Really felt like we had a good car. And went to leave the pits, and everything just kind of came apart. You know, it's unfortunate for these guys. They worked really hard and felt like we had a really good race car today, but just wasn't our day.
Now, you moved up in points after Pocono. It looks like these guys are working on it to get you back out there.
Yeah, we got to pick up as many points as we can. You know, I think we were only 5 points ahead of Frank coming into this race. And, you know, it's just, it's really frustrating. You know, you can't give up too many races. And unfortunately, I think maybe we have. But we're going to keep plugging away and get as many points as we can.
All right, thanks to Justin Allgaier. He was 4th coming into this event.
Great hard racing right there with Ricky Stenhouse, that 99, and then John West Townley, Rob Brent. I'll tell you, it's not that difficult to tear something up on pit road, is there?
No, it happened to me in Darlington with a brand new brush pave pit lane there. It's easy to tear things up, and you have to be kind of lenient on your dropping the clutch when it comes off the jack, because there's a lot of things that can happen, a lot of things that can bend.
Sean Case about 6 inches in front of Brian Scott when they went across the start-finish line, and so Sean Case now is scored as the race leader, but here comes Brian Scott back on the outside. This is a battle for the lead.
Both these young drivers doing a nice job. You've got Toyota on the inside, Chevrolet on the outside.
This racetrack has so much room. You can see these guys, they can just, you know, they can leave 1, 2, 3 car widths between each other in the corners, and that's what makes it so much fun racing here.
Sean Case running well on the bottom of the racetrack, and he's able to get back by Brian Scott as they go through 3 and 4 and come back out on the front stretch. So Sean Case, our new leader at Michigan International Speedway, he's been able to get by Brian Scott. Brian Scott's right on his back bumper, though.
Sunday, NASCAR race day marches into the Irish Hills.
Nothing says horsepower like Michigan.
This is major.
feature NASCAR Race Day, built by the Home Depot. Live coverage from Michigan begins Sunday, 10:30 Eastern. NASCAR on speed. Be there.
We'd like a new home, but we need to get out from under this one first.
Ready to sell? It's time for RE/MAX. RE/MAX agents have the experience to get the job done in today's market. So when you're ready to sell, or buy, or both, why settle for anyone else? Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
There's nothing like spending some alone time. Just you and your dad.
Bass Pro Shops has great Father's Day deals. Save $150 on the Garmin new V350 GPS, now only $249.99.
To master the great outdoors, the pros choose Husqvarna for exceptional power, performance, and precision. Now you too can master your great outdoors with professionally proven Husqvarna. Visit masteryourgreatoutdoors.com to learn more.
Ice Road Truckers.
In racing, the lucky dog is the guy who gets his lap back after a caution flag. But at Aaron's, everybody's a lucky dog. At Aaron's, you can get a lap back on your credit no matter what your situation is, because there are no credit checks at Aaron's. You're pre-approved. And Aaron's has the lowest prices on name brand furniture, electronics, appliances, and computers, guaranteed. Come see why everybody's a lucky dog at Aaron's. Attaboy, Lucky. Good dog.
This July on Speed, catch the network premiere of Wrecked, Life in the Crash Lane. Ride with Chicago's toughest family of towers and find out why cleaning up the mess isn't for the faint of heart. Wrecked, new series premieres July 17th exclusively on Speed.
Justin Lofton, that 20 car started on the front row for Eddie Sharp Racing. And remember, that's a Dodge. The other two cars out of Eddie Sharp's stables are Toyotas. Ken Butler the third in the 22 Aaron's car, and Scott Speed in the Red Bull Toyota. And the third car is actually a Dodge. Possibly even somebody Penske
could be. Might be one of your cars, right?
I know we got rid of a bunch of them.
There's a battle for 10th. Look at Taylor Molson running all over the back of that 37 of Dexter Bean.
Yeah, Dexter was slow exiting turn number 4 there. Taylor had a bit of a run. There's Billy Leslie, the 18 car.
Momentum is so important at this racetrack. Just the long straightaways, and sometimes you get a little wind, you have to buck down the straightaway, and just to have that run makes such a big difference with just the speed that you carry and the distance that you have to go.
You practiced yesterday in your Sprint Cup car. You guys got rained out for qualifying. How was the racetrack yesterday?
Track was pretty good. We struggled. We just we can't seem to get our car really good in qualifying trim. We just can't bust off a lap, and you only get one lap in qualifying, you know, based on how much tape you run on the grill and try to bust off that lap. So you know, we look forward to happy hour in practices to try to make the All-Toll Dodge better in race trim.
This 2 and 3 wide here as they're working around some of the slower lap traffic on the racetrack.
It's Matt Hawkins in that 39 Janiking car right there. Matt had a win early on this year at Iowa Speedway in his first ever ARCA RE/MAX start. The 37 Dexter Bean really turning his season around. Really look for that team to be a competitor for the championship. They struggled early on, but here lately they've had some good runs. A couple top 10 finishes the last 2 races.
Last 2 races, 3rd and 7th from Toledo and Pocono. Looking to improve on that career best of 2nd, though, that took place a year ago at Salem. See side by side racing here. Jesse Smith on the inside, Rob Brent on the outside.
There's Frank Kimmel, the 44. ECC Drive 1 Ford. Frank's made the move up into the top 10 right now, being shown in the 9th spot.
So it's been relatively calm on the racetrack as far as any type of incidents. We've seen Sean Case maybe bump into Scott Speed one time, but other than that, But Ryan, like you said, they're giving them 2 and 3 car lengths to get around.
Oh yeah, it's a great racetrack. The track is not that difficult to drive because it's so wide and it's kind of so forgiving. You have plenty of room. It's not like Darlington. If you screw up a little bit, you're in the wall. At Darlington here, you have quite a bit of room, and you'll notice too there's a defined black strip in the racetrack, and sometimes when you get down below that, you get your left side tires down by that yellow line, you get a little bit more grip, and sometimes when you get up high into that fresher, greener asphalt, you get a little bit more grip. So you can definitely move around and try to create some advantages here.
And usually the caution flags really come out because people run into each other.
Yeah.
You got a lot more room. Right. They don't do that as much.
Exactly.
Jim Trado.
Guys, just a quick note of caution for the 0-1. The race leader pulling away. Sean Case just radioed in a lap ago. Guys, I think my right rear is going down. Well, the veteran brain trust here, Mike Hillman Sr., toppled on in the spotter's stand and said, calm down. We're still the fastest car on the racetrack. Let's feel this thing out. We're not going to come in the pits. Let's make certain we have an issue as Sean Case continues to lead. But Mike Hillman and the boys are saying, let's calm down. Let's be practical. Don't come in unless you have to. They settle Sean Case down. They turn the right rear brake blower on to try to get some cool air to that right rear if it got a little greasy out there and the right rear got a little bit too hot, guys.
I'll tell you what, he's got a lot of experience working behind him right now with Todd Bodine up top, giving him a little bit of coaching, and then Mike Hillman Sr. on the pit box.
Yeah, and Mike Abner also is a crew chief on this car. Remember, Mike Abner won the truck race with Ted Musgrave at Texas last fall, so tremendous amount of experience within that whole team.
That makes such a big difference when you got somebody like Todd Bodine that says, hey, just settle down. I've been here before. Just think about it. And as a driver, you can get so wound up so quick because you feel something running 200 miles an hour. And when you have somebody that's got that experience behind you to be able to just say, hey, settle down. You'll be okay.
And you've been in this situation before where a lot of eyes are on you. I mean, here's Sean Case running in an ARCA REMAX Series race at Michigan. There's a lot of people watching to see how he does.
Oh, you put more pressure on yourself than you ever realize. And I've always said, man, pressure blows things up. I'm cool. Yeah. And you can really get nerved up in a short amount of time when you're in a situation like that.
Sean has been the fastest car on the racetrack the last 4 laps. Lap before last, he was about 0.2 of a second faster than any other car on the racetrack.
So Sean Case continuing to hold the lead here at Michigan. He's got a 2.5 seconds between himself and second place Brian Scott. Scott Speed still holding on to third, running the top 5. Ricky Stenhouse and John West Townley rounding out that top 5.
This year, when the sun goes down, the night heats up. Chicagoland Speedway is now rocking the summer day and night and bringing all of NASCAR's biggest stars to town in a first ever historic night race. For ticket information, call 888-629-RACE or visit chicagolandspeedway.com.
You think you were the only one?
Jump into action.
What, into the wall?
Jumper, now available on DVD and Blu-ray high-def.
To master the great outdoors, the pros choose Husqvarna for exceptional power, performance, and precision. Now you too can master your great outdoors with professionally proven Husqvarna. Visit masteryourgreatoutdoors.com to learn.
I can't believe it. 9 laps to go and my guy's heading for the pit, and I'm shouting at the TV, have you lost your car driving mind? But now I'm always calm, because I know why he's doing what he's doing. With NASCAR Hot Pass, I just pick my driver and his audio feed. We can fit right now with the leader. And I'm in, from start to finish. Nothing to lose, man. I say we take the gamble. What? I'm fine. Really, as long as it doesn't cost him the race.
NASCAR Hot Pass puts you behind the wheel. Now in high definition, only on DirecTV.
Guys, you had to know this was coming.
Actually, we feel blindsided. We just weren't expecting you to block us.
Well, after last week's episode, what am I going to do? There are children in this house, Marcelo. You tell me you're all going to go straight and start acting like kittens? Stop shivving each other in the prison yard?
Shanking.
What?
It's a verb. To shank.
Look, I'm not asking you to change your ways. I'm just blocking you so the kids can't see. Now, who wants lemonade?
Welcome back. Sean Case still holding on to the top spot and still hasn't had a tire issue yet, although he's thought something was going on with that car as we continue with the Racing for Wildlife 200. Now there is talk about problems with the 2 car, Wendy.
Now Scott Speed has has reported that the tires are falling off after 3 laps. He said, I don't know what we're doing with air pressures, but it's not comfortable. Now, when they did come down pit road at lap 22, they made a 4-tire stop, but the right rear tire was going a little bad on Scott Speed's car. The same thing going on in the 15 of Brian Scott, the tire here in the 15 pit stall. You can see that right rear tire has a little bit of that bead breaking off, and that's the problem that Hoosier has had this weekend, which is why they brought a new right rear tire. But definitely some air pressure strategies going on that could be hurting some of these guys out there in Michigan.
Yeah, Wendy touched on a little bit of the situation. We talked maybe before you got up here that Hoosier actually brought in a whole nother truckload of right side tires and replaced everything that these guys had practiced and qualified on, because they were seeing a little bit of that separation. But none of the tires resulted in a failure. Right. But obviously we have maybe a little bit more of that situation today.
That little separation you see there, it's just it's a mold separation. It's where 2 different parts of rubber, 2 different pieces of rubber are kind of molded together in the mold, and sometimes they just don't attach real well. Different compounds or different constructions of rubber, and you'll see that every once in a while.
We're taking a look at Justin Lofton again. He started this race up in 2nd, but has dropped back extensively, but most of that was on pit road. Take a look at what happened on pit road. First of all, I think he might have been a little bit too close to the wall. We see the Jackman trying to get ready here as they're stumbling over the right front.
The rear guys are saying, let's lift it up some more. I can't get the tire off.
Still can't get it up high enough. Now they have a chain normally that enables them to keep that rear end from dropping down.
There's a chain that's attached to the frame that goes down to the rear end housing, and it's very critical how that chain is set. You don't want it too tight because it'll upset the car when you're driving on the racetrack, but you also have it to the right distance so that when you jack the car up, it comes off the ground, the tire comes off the ground immediately, so that the guys can get back to the pit stop really quick. So it's a critical thing.
Like Ryan said, when that chain is too short on that left rear, that's a horrible situation in a race car. It doesn't allow that tire to drop out, basically.
Allow the chassis to flex a little bit.
Well, some racetracks we go to will actually get what we call a droop in the left rear. Well, you go into the corner, the right front dips down, and the left rear body will come up, but the tire's still down. And when that chain's too tight, it'll actually feel like it's pulling the left rear tire off the ground because the chain's.
Sitting in that uncomfortable position.
The bump spot.
Hate it. Hate that feel. And you can see some of the cars that we still have to qualify here at Kentucky Speedway for tonight's race. Take a look at Brad Teague is again another one of the go-or-go-homers.
I'll tell you what, he's been around for a long time. I remember him racing Bristol, Tennessee a ton. And he's one of the mainstays, one of the beginning drivers with the old Busch series that used to race. Actually, the late model Sportsman series. Is that what it was? Way back then. Yeah, he goes way back.
No, he's 60 years old, but he's not the oldest one here tonight. That's Morgan Shepherd at 66. But I can bet you those two could sit around and tell some stories.
I tell you, this guy used to be the guy to beat in the short tracks back in Carolinas and Virginia and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool that he's still out there doing it, still enjoying it.
Well, he's been in 5 other Nationwide Series races this year.
Oh, he's in the green right now. In fact, it's climbing a little bit through turns 3 and 4. Got a good turn 3 and 4 going. If he can just hold on to it now. He's got it right here. He's going to lock himself in.
And the first lap at 32.50 by 3/100ths of a second. He has guaranteed himself a spot.
I'd be on that ready going, shut it down, Brad. That's good enough. Bring this baby in, because you look at these cars, no sponsors. You can tell they heard you. Low on resources. they heard me, huh?
So Brad is in, and that means, boy, Kenny Hendrick is going to be.
The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, Toyota Tundra Milwaukee 200 live next Friday, 9 Eastern. NASCAR on speed. Be there.
Tired of patchy brown grass? Want to finally have the lush green lawn of your dreams? Forget about gimmicks. It's not the mulch. The real solution is in the seed. Introducing Quick Lawn by Gardener's Choice, the world's first and only 4-season grass seed. For a lawn that grows faster, thicker, and lusher than any other grass seed on earth, guaranteed. In lab tests under identical conditions, Quick Lawn sprouted 3 to 5 days faster than this widely advertised brand. Plus, it grew twice as thick and stayed fuller and lusher. The secret? Less fill, more and better seed. Why spend $19.95 to cover just 50 square feet when you can order Quick Lawn for the same price and cover 500 square feet? But wait, order right now and we'll double the offer to 1,000 square feet. That's only 2 cents per square foot. Order Quick Lawn now for only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. And if you're not 100% thrilled with your lawn, just return the packaging for a full product refund.
Call now to get 2 for the price of 1 plus shipping and handling. Call 1-800-709-6254. That's 1-800-709-6254.
Speed's coverage of the ARCA REMAX Series from Michigan is brought to you in part by Aaron's. Everyone is a lucky dog at Aaron's. And by Great Clips. Walk right in, sit right down. Again, welcome back to Michigan International Speedway. Ryan Newman, Phil Parsons, Rick Allen with you up here in the booth. Jim Trado, Wendy Venerini on pit road as we're closing in on the halfway point. Actually just passing the halfway point here at Michigan.
Yeah, and Ricky Stenhouse, that 99 car, was able to get by that 2 car of Scott Speed, the Red Bull Toyota. Now Scott's teammate Justin Lofton is trying to take over that 4th spot on the inside.
He's the fastest car on the track right now, last lap around.
Justin had a great run at Pocono going last week and got turned around there down in turn 1 real late in the race.
Take a look at this for the pass. Ricky Stenhouse trying to get by Scott Speed.
You feel like a hero when you can drive it in that deep.
And it sticks and he gets back on the throttle and it goes.
Yeah, that's an awesome feeling.
Is that the best place to go? I mean, when your car handles on the bottom of this racetrack, you feel like you're invincible?
Well, the bottom is the short way around, and sometimes there's more grip on the bottom, but the top, you can carry the momentum. It's less radius, and basically you can sometimes carry more speed down the straightaway. So even if you give up a little bit in the corner, you make it back on the straightaway and then some. So it's you go where the other guy's not.
Hey, have you ever raced at Flat Rock, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm asking all the drivers for advice because after this race, I'm headed to Flat Rock, and I'm going to run in a race there. Any advice?
Follow the apron.
Follow the apron. Yeah. Okay, that's good advice. I like that.
It's a tight track. I ran a midget race there back in 1994, I believe it was, and it's a great little racetrack, great little short track there.
So the preferred line around Michigan, right along the bottom. I mean, it's the shortest way, and at Flat Rock.
Just remember, you got to go where the guy in front of you isn't.
Okay, I'll remember that. That's good advice.
That's the only similarity between these 2 racetracks.
Is there in Michigan?
They're in Michigan.
Exactly.
Again, continuing to see good side-by-side racing. Dexter Bean on the outside here in the 37, trying to get back by that 22 of Ken Butler III.
Justin Allgaier right there, obviously 20-some laps down, is lamenting what could have been here in this race.
Patrick Schultz.
The man on the bubble. The Hobgood family. Andy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember they used to race in the Dash Series.
They did, and had a lot of success there.
Finished second in the 01 Goodies Dash Championship. Pretty strong. That was good. You didn't even have paper on that. Well, I had helper over here. I had he began racing go-karts at age 7 and has competed in, of course, the Nationwide Series. He has 2 prior starts in his career.
22nd there on that first lap.
Yeah, I mean, he's ahead of Lamar. Well, look, he's tracking 16th fastest at the moment right now. I mean, this is going to be a great run for him. Slipping a little bit there, back to 20th. Now up to 19th. This is a stout little run.
First lap was good. I should have got a little more. That lap just a tick tight up off.
Mix it up.
You did get a little more. You moved up a spot to 21st, 31-41, and a good run for Justin Hobgood. So as he lets the car breathe on out, he'll head for the impound area. Kenny Hendricks still the man sitting on the bubble as we get ready for Andy Ponstein. There you see his stats.
Driving for Corey Stott.
If he can qualify, it'll be his 14th Nationwide Series start and 5th here in 2000.
22, not sure if they didn't get full all the way, but the 15 says they might be out of gas. Crew Chief Jonathan Davis, none too happy. The crew's going to put on 4 tires, fill it up with fuel. We're starting. He is going to start pumping it now, and the motor has refired back up. And we'll see this unfortunate ending to Brian Scott's day, because he did give up that second place position to come down pit road.
Shooting ether there in the cowl.
Yeah, there's a serious problem with either they didn't get it full on the pit stop or a fuel pickup problem, because that was only 33 laps, 66 miles, and you know, all these crew chiefs were saying they could probably go anywhere from 45 to 50 laps. So pretty serious problem right there for Brian Scott.
An issue there for Brian Scott, who was running in the top 3, no longer. It's Sean Case dominating here at Michigan.
The world's most prestigious sports car endurance race.
Le Mans is always something special.
24 hours of Le Mans.
The 0-2 of Ponstein, 31.64, a little bit better, not enough to move him up, so he'll stay in the 28th starting position with 2 cars still remaining here. And let's check in with Shannon. I think she's caught up with Bobby Hamilton Jr.
That's right. We're here with Bobby Hamilton Jr., qualified 20th, but it's really warm out here right now. Definitely the track is going to change. How do you think your car is going to be in the race this evening, Bobby?
It'd be fine. I hope. I mean, this is normal on our qualifying. We never make qualifying runs. So everybody at John Morrell and Curley's, don't panic. I think we'll be okay. Ford was good. But this place typical has a ton of side bite at night. Keys off the right front. We won here before. Are we capable of winning here tonight? I don't think so, but we're close to being a top 10 or top 15 car. So, but overall, qualifying to just 2 laps, hang on, and after that, I think we're going to be okay. If we can avoid, you know, this place is so fast that you can get the arrow loose, arrow tight, and everything else. So we just got to work on the car for that kind of stuff, get behind people, make the car adjustable in front, behind, everything at this place track so fast. So just one step at a time, 1 lap at a time. If we go out here all the fenders on, because last time we left here we didn't have a clip on the rear car, so if we can beat that, we'll be okay.
Now, you did just say last time you were here you had some bad luck. The last 2 times you've had DNFs, but you did say you won here. Is this a track that's a hit or miss type of track?
Yeah, either you're really, really fast or you're just off. And a lot in the track seems you drive it the same, it handles the same, but sometimes the setup is not even nowhere near what we had before. But I think tonight's going to be a Toyota or a really good Chevrolet like the 88 or the 5. Anything with a bunch of horsepower, a bunch of torque is going to be fast tonight. And those guys have got it. So, but if we, worried about us, if we can just come out of here with all the fenders on, top 10 and top 12, we'll be happy.
All right, Bobby Hamilton Jr. rolls off 20th. Marty?
And as you were finishing up, Stanton Barrett decided not to take his second lap because his first one was good enough, 31.78, which leaves his teammate Kenny Hendrick still the man on the bubble with 1 car remaining, Danny O'Quinn.
Danny O'Quinn was a former Rookie of the Year 2 years ago.
Drove for Jack Roush.
Yep.
Finished second, I believe, in what they call the Gong Show when Roush was doing that.
Track looks like Tim Mitchell.
Tough break for Brian Scott. Already made his way down pit road for what appeared to be a fuel issue.
Now he can stay out on the racetrack, though, right? I mean, so get his lap back.
He'll need a caution.
He'll need another caution. Yeah, he'll be at the tail end of the lead lap if he stays out and everybody else comes down pit road, which I'm sure they will.
Yeah, I was noticing Ricky Stenhouse was one of the quickest cars, if not the quickest, almost every lap, and we.
Right now, Quinn's got it. He goes through this corner, doesn't make a mistake. He's got a 1/10 of a second to spare. Going the wrong way.
Ooh, this is going to be close.
Ooh, that's not looking good right there.
He's going to have to run another one.
Definitely. He is definitely going to have to take the second lap and turn some engine.
Dig hard. Dig hard. He's got to pick up about a 1/10, a little more than a 1/10 of a second here on the second lap.
The engine's missing real bad.
Yeah,
you hear the engine?
Something's wrong with the engine there.
Yeah, they've lost had an engine problem.
So Danny O'Quinn will not get a chance to make up for last year when he crashed in the race, as he will not make the field. So Kenny Hendricks survives the last driver, and look at this. The 18-year-old has done it again. His second consecutive Nationwide Series.
first R-rated film. Oh my God. The Happening, rated R.
On DVD and Blu-ray.
Smell this.
He's got the skills. He's got the smarts.
We're a team. T-double-E-M.
And he's got the gut to save the day. Witless Protection. Now on DVD and Blu-ray.
To master the great outdoors, the pros choose Husqvarna.
Nationwide Insurance.
Professionally proven Husqvarna. Visit masteryourgreatoutdoors.com to learn more.
License, registration, and insurance.
Something wrong, officer?
And your AARP card.
Yeah, here you go. Is there a problem?
Sure is. You belong to AARP, but you don't have their auto insurance from the Hartford. With this insurance, you're spending way too much.
Oh, but I'm already getting a good deal from my insurance company.
Is their program designed for drivers age 50 and over?
Somebody does that?
Yep, AARP. Their auto insurance program could save you money and give you benefits you'll rarely find anywhere else. If I were you, I'd call them now.
Millions of AARP members have already called about the AARP auto insurance program. They're saving $350 when they switch, and you can too. Just call this number now and ask for your free rate quote. You'll enjoy special benefits created exclusively for AARP members. Not an AARP member? Not a problem. Give us a call.
Call 1-888-289-7576. You'll also get this free calculator. Call now.
Welcome back. Racing for Wildlife 200 under our second caution of the day. Pit road is open. Here comes Sean Case, your race leader. Right behind him, one of the fastest cars on the racetrack, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., bringing that 99 Ford onto pit road. Jim Trado.
A brand new pit sign for Sean Case not to miss this time down pit road. He had an issue last time of almost sliding through his pit. The call is forward tires and fuel and save gas. Exactly the three things they talked to Sean Case about. Crew Chief Mike Anderson said, we don't have a car we need to do a whole lot of changes with. We do need to save fuel. We are 2 laps to the good. We want to keep it that way, Sean. We've got to save fuel, so they're going to put 4 in and try to go to the end. Wendy?
20 of Justin Lofton is in now. Everybody's trying to save fuel here on pit road as well because the 99 of Ricky Stenhouse in. Jeff Campy was just 1 lap away from pitting with Ricky Stenhouse. He's been tight on the exit. He knows what he needs to do. They're going to free him up on that late exit.
You know, it sounds like these guys aren't getting as good a fuel mileage as they all expected to get because Ricky Stenhouse was within 1 lap, and that would have only been about 39 laps since his last pit stop.
See Sean Case coming out second there on pit road.
The ARCA series carries 22-gallon fuel cells.
They do,
right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They're limited to
used to the smaller ones.
They're limited to 8,800 RPMs through the Mallory ignition system, but they do have the old big fuel cell.
Ricky Stenhouse in the 99 got out just in front of the 01 of Sean Case. Problems once again for the 20 of Justin Lofton. He has had issues on pit road all day. That time, a little contact.
On the next 30 days, what happens when a devout carnivore spends 30 days with a vegan family?
I don't think I've ever done anything that felt so ridiculous.
30 days, all new, Tuesday at 10, only on FX.
We'd like a new home, but we need to get out from under this one first.
Ready to sell? It's time for RE/MAX. RE/MAX agents have the experience to get the job done in today's market. So when you're ready to sell, or buy, or both, why settle for anyone else? Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
Here at the phone company, you've been our customer for a long time. Now Vonage wants to change all that.
Well, over 2 million people have already joined Vonage.
Oh, really? Don't they miss having phone service?
Actually, with Vonage, you get the #1 rated digital phone service and unlimited local and long-distance calls, all for just $9.95 per month for the first 3 months. What do you charge?
It's simple, really. It starts with different basic rates, long-distance fees, and of course...
Vonage has over 25 features, and they're included for no extra charge.
For me, Vonage is everything I want in a phone service.
It's dependable. It's perfect.
No nickels and dimes like the phone company.
Get Vonage for only $9.95 per month for the first 3 months. Enjoy clear digital phone sound quality using your high-speed internet connection.
Okay, but making a change is hard, and for over 100 years, the only thing we've changed is...
Your prices?
Whoa!
Call 1-800-425-8916 or go online to startvonage.com.
Ryan Newman joining us here in the booth. We take a look back on the successes that Ryan Newman has seen through his career in the ARCA RE/MAX series. Is that a big win, winning at Charlotte?
Yeah, Charlotte was huge. I think we led almost every lap, if not every lap, that race. That was a lot of fun. Every race wins a lot of fun, but
how about Daytona?
This was special. This was my first race at Daytona, and I put a little block on Frank Kimmel there going into turn 3, and that enabled me to win that race, and that was huge for us.
All the successes there for Ryan Newman. We take a look at the difficulties for the 09 of John West Townley.
Yeah, and that was a result of the 20 of Justin Lofton getting into the 09 when the 09 pulled out of pit road. But we looked at that again in commercial break, and really there was a lot more room for Justin Lofton to have. This is the 09 of John West Townley coming in the pits. When he already has a problem, obviously he's going to have to back up here. But when he got that contact with the right front corner, that was when Justin Lofton was coming by. Justin really had a little more room to the outside, like Ryan pointed out, while we're in commercial break, and he could have given John West a little bit more room. But also it's up to your crew chief really to clear you leaving your pits.
Yeah, your crew chief typically clears you out of the pit box, and then your spotter takes over once you've got your position on pit lane so that he can clear you for other cars, because typically your crew chief sitting on pit wall can't see 10-15 boxes down when you're in the middle of pit road. So it has to, once again, communication is going to be very important when it comes to keeping out of trouble there.
Green flag back in the air. Out in front, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Sean Case, Justin Lofton, Scott Speed, and Jesse Smith. They are your top 5 as we restart. Lap 64 of 100 scheduled, 37 laps remaining.
It'll be interesting to see how the 99 of Ricky Stenhouse runs now relative to that 01 of Sean Case. Just before the caution, he was running equal, if not better, lap times, but he found himself a few seconds back because of changing 2 tires early on. It looked like those 2 tires kind of equalized with those 4 fresher tires that those other guys got towards the end of that run. Ooh, trouble.
Whoa,
Jesse Smith.
Problems with Jesse Smith. Sideways in front of the field. Let's see if he can keep it down on the bottom of the racetrack as they slow down behind him. A little contact, not too bad there, back behind him. It looks as though everyone may have skated through that one, and Jesse Smith able to keep it going. I think 4 fresh tires, and he'll be back on the racetrack.
It might have been the 32 of Chris Wimmer that might have bounced off the outside wall when they were trying to avoid that 30. They came through there 2 or 3 wide when Jesse Smith was spinning, but he did a nice job keeping that car down on the bottom of the racetrack.
See, a 30 car there's got right side tires that are down. He's got to be careful coming back to pit lane so that he doesn't explode those tires and knock the fenders off of it.
It's amazing how much damage that rubber will do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, right now he feels great, okay? I didn't hit anything, and then he could have just as much damage from a tire blowing out.
Yep, yeah, and you have to be so patient.
Just after the restart, we're looking at that 30, just behind the 15. Brian Scott again just in front of me. Looks as though maybe something went down on that or something.
I think he just got a little bit loose and had a correction. And once you get loose and you unload those tires, they don't like to hook back up right away. And he had a little panic reaction there. He saw Frank Kimmel on the outside, and he's like, I don't want to hit you, Frank. So he did the better thing, which was spin it and try to avoid the collision.
Allie Owens giving us a look at this one. Electrifying.com, electrifyingcareers.com. close call for her.
Yeah, she did a nice job avoiding that incident. Here's another view right there. You see, he just gets a little bit loose, and as Ryan said, he wants to stay off that 44 car, Frank Kimmel. And then he hooks that thing around to the left. Does a nice job not letting that car go back up towards the outside wall. And I believe that was the 32 of Chris Wimmer that bounced off the wall.
It's so important to lock your brakes up and hold the wheel in the right position once you spin out, because it really does make a difference in the way that your car spins. And he did a great job there keeping it off of the wall and keeping it in a position where everybody could judge where he was going to go.
Wendy Venerini.
Nope. The 30 of Jesse Smith is going to come down for 4 fresh tires as we try make our way, get a little bit of a sneak peek at Jesse Smith. It doesn't seem like there's any damage, like you guys said. It was just they're around the left side right now. No damage from what we could see on Jesse Smith's car. Fortunately, I think you guys said he did not hit anything. They are still getting that left front tire on, and he is down, and now they're pushing him. Seems like it's stalled for Jesse Smith. He's away.
Well, fortunately for Jesse, there's only a couple cars on pit road, so he's not really going to lose much. There's our lucky dog right there, Brian Scott, who had that fuel issue apparently early on. We saw Brian restart from the tail end of on the inside line there, 1 lap down. He gets the Aaron's lucky dog, and he will be back in contention.
Back on the lead lap, and he will, as you mentioned, be back in contention. Brian Scott has led laps here at Michigan International Speedway. We'll be back with more after this.
Tuesday. If you want it hot, check out Super Bikes.
Pretty fat.
Speed or style.
Not just riding bikes, it's actually a lifestyle.
The scene is on fire.
Wheelies are good.
And host Jason Britton knows where it's all going down.
If you're not a biker, you're just missing it. My day job rocks.
Push it to the limit with Super Bikes. Tuesday, 10 Eastern, exclusively on Speed.
You were the only one.
Jump into action.
Welcome to the wall.
Jumper, now available on DVD and Blu-ray high def.
Hey, Mike. How's it going?
What's that?
My new toys. And the sweet protection plan I bought for them.
It's all cleared.
There's an easier way to protect your stuff? Call Geico. They can help insure all your vehicles.
Geico Power Sports. Insurance for your car and the other stuff that moves you.
Call Geico.
To master the great outdoors, the pros choose Husqvarna for exceptional power, performance, and precision. Now you too can master your great outdoors with professionally proven Husqvarna. Visit masteryourgreatoutdoors.com to learn more.
375,000 laps, 425,000 miles, 0 race failures. Get the same reliable technology the pros run with Mallory. Power up and go with a Hi-Fire 6 ignition and ProMaster coil. Multi-spark energy and high output design means more power. Plus, get a new Mallory 42 series distributor. Delivers precision timing for an instant throttle response. Race reliable and built for the street. Mallory's ignition systems. Bulletproof performance for your hot rod, muscle car, or truck. Make it Mallory.
Casey Kane rode the wave of momentum and captured another win in Pocono. Sunday, NASCAR Race Day marches into the Irish Hills.
Nothing says horsepower like Michigan.
Motor City Madhouse, where manufacturer bragging rights are on the line.
This is major.
As the race to the chase intensifies.
A lot of excitement in the garage.
Only one crew tells it like it is.
We're into the heat of the season.
NASCAR Race Day, built by the Home Depot. Live coverage from Michigan begins Sunday, 10:30 Eastern. NASCAR on Speed. Be there.
And welcome back for the Racing for Wildlife 200 for the ARCA REMAX Series in Michigan International Speedway. The green flag about to come back out on the racetrack. It is the 99 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in front of Sean Case. We'll see how long and if he can keep it out in front of Sean Case.
See Justin Allgaier, 23 laps down, gets a pretty good jump, maybe too good a jump.
Here comes Sean Case looking to the inside of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for the lead.
He does make the pass on the bottom of the racetrack.
Ricky hasn't been the strongest car on restarts, but it seems like towards the end of the fuel run, he's the car to beat. So it'll be interesting to see here with 33 laps to go how it all plays out.
Even on a qualifying run, as you see Justin Lofton trying to work his way to the inside of Ricky. Said his car wasn't good in qualifying trim. Could not run very well on a short run at all. And see Scott Speed's going to go right through the middle Ricky Stenhouse is going to go from second to fourth here, it looks like.
What a run Scott Speed had, but not able to complete that pass as he slows down now through the tri-oval and then back into the gas. They're 3 wide going into turn number 1.
Scott Speed's going to win that battle through the center of the corner. Wendy, what's going on with Scott Speed?
Scott Speed has not been very happy with this car for today's race. Now, they have been having radio issues. The steering wheel button has been hanging up, and it said it's messing with his concentration in the race car today. And also, his crew chief right now on the 2 car is just trying to get him calmed down. He hasn't been really happy with the way the setup is. Patrick Donahue's made some slight adjustments, a rubber adjustment, putting a rubber in that right rear, and also some air pressure adjustments. But the setup of the car is completely different, they're saying, than what they practiced with earlier this weekend.
Scott Speed running onto the bumper of Sean Case now. That's going to be a battle for the lead. Throw Justin Lofton into that mix as well in the number 20.
Scott's got to remember too that he's on an entirely different right side tire, so the car may not feel exactly the same, whether it's grip or tire construction or compound. It's not going to feel exactly the same, so you have to just adapt. You're in a race, you have to adapt. You got 100 laps to do it and make those correct adjustments. And you can obviously see they're running third right now, but they're working on it, or second actually. They're working on it.
We got Justin Allgaier in front of this field. He's actually a couple laps now, quite a few.
and tires mean so much. I mean, you can have the best setup in the world. You come back the next year with the same car, different tire, and it's a whole different deal.
Yeah, tire's the only thing touching the racetrack, so it's extremely critical what they do with those tires, whether it's a construction change or a compound change or the pressures that you're running at. Based on what your series recommends, it makes a huge difference on how your car feels and reacts.
Frank Kimmel running in the 5th spot now as he has moved up the racetrack.
Going to try to chase down that 99 of Ricky Stenhouse. Ricky's fallen back to the 4th spot, about a second and a half behind our leader, Sean Case.
Jim Trado.
Guys, this is Frank Kimmel's 21st ARCA REMAX Series race at Michigan. When he came down pit road, he's running in the 6th position. His crew chief, Bill Kimmel, told me just before the pit stop, the car is really tight. We're just going to free him up just a little bit. His son, Will, was out changing tires. It's definitely a volunteer and family operation, keeping him now in the 5th position. Patrick Shelter back to 7th now. He had a very good pit stop. He went from 23rd to 9th after the team replaced the plug wire that fell off on the first pit stop to get back into contention. His car was tight as well, guys. So these adjustments made are the gamble. Seems to be paying off for the 44 and the 60 right now to maintain the top 10 position.
There's a double zero of Rob Brent, the 60 of Patrick Shelter. That's a battle for the 6th position. Patrick started back in the 19th spot, so he's made a nice progression. Rob Brent started well up into the top 10.
Rob Brent trying to improve upon his best finish of 5th, which came back at Kansas earlier this year. Look at this side-by-side racing. And a little bumping there. A.J. Hendrickson in the 7.
Looked like the bumpers didn't match up very well, did they?
He shook the 32 car loose there, and 32 got out of the gas, and he drove right on by. So it was a good move for the 7. We'll see if the 32 appreciated it a whole lot.
I'm sure he didn't.
There's a 22 of Kim Butler III, and then there's A.J. Hendrickson. Michael Phelps in that 45 car that had a good top 10 run last week at Pocono.
Taylor Malson just in front of this group, all at the back bumper.
That's a battle for the 13th position on back. Taylor Malson, that 4 car, has 13th. About 8 of those other guys are wanting 13th.
Yeah. We've got a battle brewing here between about 6 cars. Ken Butler III's taking a spot away. Now A.J. Hendrickson continuing to move forward. But don't ever count out that 32 of Chris Wimmer, as Chris Wimmer got moved out of the way just moments ago by A.J. Hendrickson.
There's that 15 car, Brian Scott. Remember, he got the Aaron's lucky dog on this most recent caution flag. He's trying to work his way back into contention right now. There's his teammate right behind him, Ryan Fisher, the 25 car. John West Townley's overcome that incident on pit road to run with this group right here.
And so the side-by-side battling continuing back in the pack. It's still Sean Case out in front. We're going to slip away to break. You're not going to miss much racing. We'll be right back.
Warning, objects may be closer than they appear. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Live coverage from Michigan begins Saturday, 2:30 Eastern. NASCAR on Speed. Be there.
I want to be home. I mean, a new home.
Now's a great time to buy a home. RE/MAX.com shows you all the listings in thousands of cities and towns, so you can find your perfect place. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
Got a lot of projects?
Yeah.
We've got what you need.
We're here because we've been there with the tools, products, and advice to get it done right. True Value. Start right. Start here. Visit TrueValue.com/TV for a free $5 coupon. Print your $5 coupon at TrueValue.com/TV.
A new frontier.
Driving up here will be part of history.
At 60 below.
Initially, everything came in here by dog team.
In the Arctic.
This is the last frontier. We're pioneers here.
The Winter Road. Just gets in your blood.
That really is the end of the world.
Ice Road Truckers.
This summer, comedian Alonzo Bowden takes you on an automotive adventure. Don't miss out on the experience and fun of getting behind the wheel of 101 cars you must drive. Network Series premiere later this month, June 23rd, exclusively on Speed. What's your favorite car, Ryan?
Oh, I have a bunch. I'd say my favorite right now is the one my wife just got me for my 30th birthday, and that's a 1949 Buick Roadmaster convertible. It's one of the few cars that one of the 4 cars that actually was in the movie Rain Man. So it's it has some.
I like to drive. I drive.
I'm an excellent driver.
I'm an excellent driver.
Yes. 246.
My dad lets me drive on the
driveway
on Sundays. Yeah. I like that. That's a great movie.
No, it's
and
it's
you got
a great
that car.
movie and great car. It's it's a beautiful car.
Spectacular. We see Brian Scott still trying to move around some of this traffic. That when he got the lucky dog, he's back on the lead lap, trying to charge back toward the front. Now he's working on A.J. Hendrickson.
Yeah, that's a battle for the 14th spot. You see the 13th spot is Jesse Smith, the 30 right in front of him. And Brian's making a nice move back towards the front. Still has a lot of time. Still has 23 laps to go here to try to make his way to the front. He's going to need a caution flag to really get up here front. But we've got a good battle for second right now between teammates Scott Speed and Justin Lofton.
Scott Speed holding on to the second spot. Justin Lofton trying to take it away from him. Again, the point standing. Scott Speed came into this race third, just 100 points back from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Matt Carter runs second in the points. He was 70 points back. So Scott Speed looking for a good point day. Sean Case having a great run, trying to get his first win in the ARCA RE/MAX series. Right along with Matt Carter in that number 46 car.
Yeah, the Stein C Ford out of Larry Clements Stables.
That's the view you see quite often, isn't it, Ryan?
You mean behind other cars or the
windshield?
The dirty windshield.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for clarifying.
No, it wasn't up behind other cars. Oh, we see slowing for Matt Carter now.
Yeah, well, he actually got a little bit loose. It looked like Brian Scott may have made a little contact with him.
So he's slowing down on the racetrack. You know, Ryan, obviously we're watching the Racing for Wildlife 200 as you see Justin Lofton try to take away the second spot from Scott Speed. You're heavily involved in kind of wildlife and outdoors through the Ryan Newman Foundation.
Yeah, our Ryan Newman Foundation has a partnership with the Conservation Fund. The Conservation Fund is all about conserving and preserving land basically for generations to come, and through donations of people and basically they create land that we can use for generations to come, like I said, and what we do is just raise awareness through racing. We have a program called Racing for Wildlife. You can find out more about it at racingforwildlife.com. And just the idea of getting outdoors and enjoying Mother Nature. We also do a lot with dogs and animal shelters, dogs and cats animal shelters, humane societies, and things like that. So the Ryan Newman Foundation has more than one focus.
Well, we talk about wildlife and kind of the outdoors. Somebody who else was living the wildlife here just moments ago was the 46 of Matt Carter. He was trying to hang on to it as the 15 got into the back of him. So he had a little bit of a wild ride.
See the 15, Brian Scott down on the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to slide up the hill a little bit, or Matt Carter's going to come down there. They're going to make a little contact right there, and that's what hurt his momentum. You see, he did a nice job saving that car, but
real good job.
Yeah, 2 or 3 trucks get by. There's another look right here. You see Brian's going to slide up just a little bit, make a little bit of contact with that left rear corner.
That was a really good save. That's a critical part of the corner where you're getting back to the gas and the rear tires are saying I'm done at that point already. So he did a great job saving the car and keeping it off the wall.
Yeah, that was our initial look right there. We got a spin on the racetrack. There's a 0-6 of Tim Mitchell spinning down, coming off turn number 4. No caution yet. Tim's getting that car righted. I think we will stay green.
Staying green so far as he tries to get the car moving again down on the apron of the racetrack. It's out of the racing groove, so officials haven't thrown anything yet. He stays down in the grass and now moves up just below the white line, so they're going to keep him going. We stay green here at Michigan.
Yeah, it took him a minute or two to refire that car, and that's what the problem was. See if we can take a look at what happened to Tim coming off turn number 4. You see him, he's on the bottom of the racetrack. He was 0-9 on John West Townley is going to come by. Then they make a little contact, and that just sends Tim to the inside there. Does a good job keeping that car down in the grass.
And again, this didn't bring out the caution. He went down into the grass in below the apron in the front stretch, and you see him go across just after the entrance to pit road.
Little disagreement over space.
Yep. John West was trying to split the 2 cars there, and Tim just I guess just kind of misjudged and got up into him.
You might want to say split the defense like you would do in hockey. And you know, this is the home of the Detroit Red Wings Stanley Cup championship team.
I have to plead the fifth on that one. My wife is a New Jersey Devils fan, so I'm.
Be careful there.
Exactly.
You can't jump on that bandwagon.
No.
Brian Scott in that 15 is moving up. He's currently in the 9th spot. Looking forward to Ken Butler III, who's holding on to 8th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. going to the inside of Scott Speed, trying to get that 3rd spot away.
Yeah, Justin Lofton has already taken over that 2nd spot. Great side-by-side action here between Ricky Stenhouse and Scott Speed. Remember, these 2 cars finished 1st and 2nd last week at Pocono, with Ricky the 9-9 winning and Scott finishing 2nd.
So Scott Speed able to hold off Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for just a moment. We'll see if he's able to stay in that position as Stenhouse trying to get a draft off the 2 of Scott Speed. It's still Sean Case in front. Justin Lofton runs 2nd. Scott Speed his teammate in 3rd.
Sunday, NASCAR race day marches into the Irish Hill.
Nothing says horsepower like Michigan.
This is major. NASCAR race day, built by the Home Depot. Live coverage from Michigan begins Sunday, 10:30 Eastern. NASCAR on speed. Be there.
The 2008 Sierra. We combined power, capability, and the most available V8 fuel efficiency of any full-size pickup. The only way to improve the Sierra is to back it with one of the best powertrain limited warranties in the business. The 2008 GMC Sierra. We examined everything, then stood behind it with the GM 100,000-mile warranty. GMC, we are professional grade.
To master the great outdoors, the pros choose Husqvarna for exceptional power, performance, and precision. Now you too can master your great outdoors with professionally proven Husqvarna. Visit masteryourgreatoutdoors.com to learn more.
So what you gonna get? No, check it out. Don't answer that. I know what we're gonna get. Right portion, right price menu. Hey, I'm talking here. You should get the sirloin steak. I'm gonna get the Parmesan crusted chicken or the sausage penne pasta. And it starts at just $5.99. Everything you want and nothing you don't. So then you'll have enough left over to buy your new friends some dessert or take them dancing or whatever. Give me more Fridays.
Well, I'll buy you 2 Mustangs and a...
Behind this lawman is a well-rounded woman.
Take it off in an hour.
Ain't gonna take that long.
Larry the Cable Guy, Jenny McCarthy.
We're looking for Larry.
He ain't my bra.
Witless Protection, now on DVD and Blu-ray.
ARCA Nation, race fans' new meeting place and racing's only website with live interaction between teams, drivers, fans, and ARCA. Get in. Get on at www.arcaracing.com. ARCA Nation, It's fun, it's free, and it's the only place where teams, drivers, fans, sponsors, and ARCA meet. Be a part of ARCA Nation. Get on at www.arcaracing.com.
Sunday, NASCAR race day marches into the Irish Hill.
Nothing says horsepower like Michigan.
This is major. NASCAR race day, built by the Home Depot. Live coverage from Michigan begins Sunday, 10:30 Eastern. NASCAR on speed. Be there.
We'd like a new home, but we need to get out from under this one first.
Ready to sell? It's time for RE/MAX. RE/MAX agents have the experience to get the job done in today's market. So when you're ready to sell, or buy, or both, why settle for anyone else? Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
Some ladies need a weekend getaway. I'm on it.
There's got to be a better price.
Hello, ladies.
So cute. What are their names?
Oh, Robbie, Bobby, and little Billy.
Oh, look at these outfits.
We gotta get going. Enjoy your trip, ladies.
Flight and a hotel for that cheap on Priceline?
Good work.
Now save on rental cars from just $12.
The Detroit Red Wings have won the Stanley Cup. Celebrate with Sports Illustrated's exclusive championship package featuring this official NHL DVD, Stanley Cup Champion. Plus, this special hardcover commemorative book captures the Red Wings' incredible season and playoff run with SI's famous writing and photography. Go online to ordersi.com or call now to get both free with a paid subscription. 56 issues for only $1.59 an issue. Save 64% off the cover price. Use your credit card and you'll also get this officially licensed championship t-shirt. Featuring the Stanley Cup and team logo, it was designed exclusively for SI to honor the NHL champions. Relive all the thrills of the star-studded Red Wings championship season. Go to ordersi.com or call now to get the official NHL DVD, the commemorative book, and the exclusive t-shirt. This limited championship package is only available from Sports Illustrated. Call or go online now.
And here comes Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to the inside of Scott Speed. He hasn't been able to make the pass since we went away, and now trying it as they go down the backstretch.
Yeah, Scott has the momentum on the outside. He's able to pull back out in front of Ricky Stenhouse.
Continuation of the battle for third. Here comes Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ryan, you touched on the fact it feels so good to dive down there underneath those cars.
It does, because you can complete the pass just like Ricky did it just then, and he plays the defense and the offense at the same time. He pulls up, you know, he gives Scott his rear bumper and says, "Hey, I got you now. I'm gone."
A little bit of a slide job there, wasn't it?
Exactly. Ricky seems to be a little bit better getting into the corner and just rolling through the center just a little bit as well. You can see there, and Scott just kind of gets offline and drifts up a little bit, and that's where the difference in speed is.
So Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has moved up into the third spot. It's Sean Case, Justin Lofton, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., your top three. Ryan Newman, we want to thank you for coming up here and joining us, and thank you for the Ryan Newman Foundation and helping us out with the sponsor of this race.
No, thank you. It was great. It's an honor to be up here with you guys. It's the first time for me doing it. I had a lot of fun. It's a different view. I enjoy seeing it and enjoy being part of it.
Is that the first time anybody said it's been an honor to be up here with us?
I think so. I think that's the first time.
We
appreciate that.
I get to say a lot of things that I don't get to say in general, so it's cool to be up here, and whether it's you guys or somebody else, it's an honor.
And good luck tomorrow.
That makes you feel any better.
Good luck tomorrow with that all-tail Dodge.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Go down and get ready to give away this trophy. Who do you think you're going to hand it to?
I don't know. We might see a caution here at the end, but it looks like Sean Case has got things in control right now.
Very good. Well, thanks again to Ryan Newman for joining us up here in the booth. He's got to run away and do some duties down on trackside, as he'll be giving away the hardware at the end of this race.
That's pretty cool. He waved the green flag, and then he's going to give the trophy away too.
He's got a busy day, and he did a little television in the middle.
That's right.
He said he was honored to join us up in the booth. I think we ought to reiterate that. We might have to replay that later. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. still running in the third spot. Wendy Venerini.
Well, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has a great crew chief and a cheerleader of sorts with Jeff Campy on that pit box. He's been telling them, hit your marks, keep your game face on. You are reeling them in. With 12 laps to go, is Ricky Stenhouse going to have enough time? But right now here in the 99 pit stall, we have Jack Roush, the owner, looking at how Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is doing today here in Michigan.
And Sean Case out in front, 3 seconds ahead of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Sean Case making his way by Brian Silas. You see how close second is. Justin Lofton in that 20, just 4/10 of a second back as they cross the start finish line.
Yeah,
So
Justin was a 1/10 and a half quicker that last lap. You can see him noticeably gaining. Sean gets sideways off the corner.
Look at this. Sean Case slows down as he comes out of turn 2, and right by him goes Justin Lofton.
Yeah, I think Sean Case has a problem. He is slowing down. He's down going towards the apron in turn number 3. He must have a tire going down.
Our race leader had a problem coming out of turn number 2, and the 20 of Justin Lofton goes right by him, and we've got a new leader here in Michigan.
Left rear tire down on that 0-1 car.
And it's going away on him quick. He's trying to slow it down and get it onto pit road. So the issue with the 0-1 is the left rear tire goes away. We've got a new leader in Justin Lofton. And guess what? Now Ricky Stenhouse closer to the lead as he was running some really fast laps. But we go back down to pit road and Jim Trado first.
Flat left rear tire for the race leader at the time, Sean Case. He came down pit road. He got it loaded up enough. As you guys said, he slowed in a hurry. He did not know which corner was flat. He thought maybe the right side, but the left rear was off the carcass, down and away on the inner liner, and Sean Case has kissed away the victory here that was so much on his mind to be vengeful. And of course, he had a dominant car today and a real shot at the win at Kentucky. Another chance lost in ARCA.
Yeah, I tell you, he did a heck of a job of saving that car too, because I was watching that battle from our broadcast position here. He got real loose coming off too. That's what allowed Justin to gain on him, and he was just about up into the wall. Did a nice job saving the car. Let's see if we can take a look at it, Rick.
Getting out in front now is Justin Lofton. Let's look back at how this pass took place.
You can see right there the tire is still up. He feels something because he slows down right there. You see a little bit of a wiggle. Now he's continuing to wiggle, chasing that car up the hill. A nice job as Justin Lofton drives by to take the lead.
Another shot of it.
Watch his hands inside that car. What a save by Sean Case. Ooh, you can see the bits of rubber coming off it. I think Justin Lofton did a nice job avoiding Sean Case as he came off from the direction of the wall.
Yeah, Justin Lofton thinking he was battling for the lead, and all of a sudden the leader slows on the racetrack and he shoots by. So Justin Lofton now in front of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. It's 2.4 seconds. That could be an insurmountable distance for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to try to overcome.
Yeah, they ran the exact same lap time that last lap. We'll see what they do on this lap, but again, a little almost 2.5 second lead here, and we're going to have 7 laps to go right there. There it is right there. We're showing 2.2, so a gain of about 1/10 and a half by Ricky Stenhouse. He's going to need to catch Justin in some traffic or something like that. He's going to really have to get going here to try to diminish this gap here.
But another great points day for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Obviously coming off of the win at Pocono and now running second and trying to chase down for obviously the win. But this could be some great points days for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as our second place Matt Carter in the point standings coming in.
He's back in the 13th position, so could be a big gain for Ricky Stenhouse here over Matt Carter. There's Ricky right there, going to move by the 75 car of Michael Simcoe. There's Justin Allgaier. Remember, Justin had a rear end problem on pit road, broke something in the drivetrain, leaving pit road on his first pit stop. He's being shown 23 laps down. Yeah. Great race car, but unfortunately, right now he's being shown in the 37th position.
6 laps remaining here at Michigan. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. trying to close the gap between he and Justin Lofton on this big, fast racetrack. It's difficult to do as there is a 2.4 second gap between the two of them.
And nonetheless, a great job by Ricky Stenhouse. Started back in the 21st position. There's our leader right there, Justin Lofton. There's the 45, Michael Phelps. He's the 20th of the 19th place car.
You know, a name we haven't thrown out a lot, which we normally say at every racetrack when we ever go anywhere with the ARCA REMAX Series, is Frank Kimmel. He has already battled his way up into the top 5, currently running in the 4th spot, and made the pass on Scott Speed, took it away from him, and runs in 3rd now.
That's right. Another great run by Frank Kimmel. And this, obviously, it's not a surprise to see Frank Kimmel running well at any racetrack. As you can see in his career, 2 wins here, 7 top 5 finishes. Looks like he's headed towards another top 5 here. Good run, but he's about 6 seconds behind Ricky Stenhouse. So without the aid of a caution flag, it doesn't look like Frank will be able to advance that spot unless we see some trouble by one of those cars running in front of him.
So Frank Kimmel again looking for sponsorship to continue to see if he can stay on the racetrack at every race this year.
You see that ECC on the hood of that car. An interesting story. That is A.J. Hendrickson's father. A.J.'s driving that 7 car right now. He's running in the 11th position, having a great run. And his father has actually helped sponsor Frank to get him here to this race.
Amazing family team for Frank and Bill Kimmel. Sons working on this team with them.
Will and Frankie, and very much a family affair here with the Kimmels.
Again, out in front with 3 laps of racing to go. Justin Lofton still with a 2-second lead over second place Ricky Stenhouse. So barring any problems on the racetrack, it looks as though Justin Lofton is going to get his first win in the ARCA REMAX Series.
Yeah, and right now Justin Lofton is saying please no caution flags, because obviously the ARCA REMAX Series does not finish under caution. Justin Lofton would hate to see that caution flag come out and erase that 2-second lead and have 1 or 2 laps of green flag racing to go.
Right. The one thing he's got going for him is normally Ricky Stenhouse has had a little bit of issues getting up to speed on the restart. So that would be a positive. But at the same time, he's got Frank Kimmel back there, 9-time series champion who still hasn't won in 2008. So he is very, very hungry.
Still over a 2-second lead for Justin Lofton. He's got about a lap and a half to go to get career win number 1 and put Eddie Sharp in victory lane yet again with another driver.
Another win for Eddie Sharp Racing potentially coming here at Michigan International Speedway. The best finish ever for Justin Lofton this season was 12th at Kansas. So looking to improve on that is owner Eddie Sharp watching on.
Just wants to be extremely careful in traffic. You see he's waving right now. I wouldn't wave a little bit too prematurely, as that's the white flag.
You still got 1 lap to go there.
We've seen Justin. A lot of things happen on the last lap. Now remember, in NASCAR, the white flag displayed and the caution were to come out, they would freeze the field. Not in the ARCA REMAX Series. If the caution flag were to come out before he takes the checkered flag, then we would have a restart.
Yes, 1 more lap run. Eddie Sharp concentrating, focusing, wanting to see another one of his drivers make it to victory lane in the ARCA REMAX Series.
Coming off turn number 4.
The final turn for Justin Lofton, as he is again waving. This time the checkered flag will wave for him. Justin Lofton wins in Michigan.
Nice job by Justin Lofton, that entire Eddie Sharp team. There's Eddie right there. Just a sigh of relief from Eddie.
And again, amazingly enough, 2 different manufacturers through this one team, Eddie Sharp Racing. There's 2 Toyota teams and a Dodge team. And this time it's the Dodge that makes it to victory lane with Justin Lofton behind the wheel.
Another young driver out of California. What a special moment. You see Ricky Stenhouse go by, give him a wave. Ricky did a nice job finishing second.
Jim Trado.
Caught up with Eddie Sharp, just climb off the pit box. You did not exhale until the checkered flag, young man.
Yes. Oh, that was awesome. The kid's the real deal. We've made a lot of changes the last few weeks. I am so proud of this entire organization. Patrick Donahue, Wayne Carroll, everybody that we work as one, and it's so much fun right now. And this kid's deserved some wins this year, and man, he did it. It was all him.
You told me 1 race ago this kid deserves to get in victory lane with what we're putting underneath him, because the kid has the talent. Talk about the race today. Did you have something for the 0-1 until he had trouble?
Yeah, we knew we were good, and we felt really good about it, and we were concerned with the tire issues, and they changed tires in our first stop. It didn't look good, and we made a bunch of adjustments, and he went in the second stop. Everything was perfect. So, you know, we knew we were good. We just had to be patient. That's what you teach these young kids that are driving, is patience. You teach them that, and they already got the speed. That's all it takes, man.
Certainly the winning combination. Eddie Sharp Racing Development pulls into victory lane here at Michigan.
Justin Lofton celebrating. Didn't start the season in Daytona, but has run every race since then, and now into victory lane. Best coming into this was Kansas, where he finished 12th. Amazingly enough, another Eddie Sharp.
Out there dueling together remind me of his dad when they and Rusty Wallace and the Bonnie boys were in Richmond one time. It was back and forth, back and forth. Wonderful, wonderful show.
Coming up on Shifting Gears, we revisit an emotional Dale Jr. on his father, and much more of Jr. at Speed Weeks in Daytona.
NASCAR on Speed. Be there.
I want to be home. I mean, a new home.
Now's a great time to buy a home. RE/MAX.com shows you all the listings in thousands of cities and towns, so you can find your perfect place. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
There are forces at work beyond our understanding.
Now,
That's all over the country, a coordinated event.
Claire?
the director of The Sixth Sense and Signs
If we stay here, we are gonna die.
I'm scared.
brings you his first R-rated film.
Oh my God.
The Happening, rated R.
To master the great outdoors, the pros choose Husqvarna for exceptional power, performance, and precision. Now you too can master your great outdoors with professionally proven Husqvarna. Visit masteryourgreatoutdoors.com to learn more.
There are people out there who can change history. It's up to people like me to stop them.
Welcome to the wall.
Jump into action with Jumper, now available.
Inside, clear outside. You're doing great. Keep it up. White flag. One more lap. Go low. Go low. You got a car on the wall.
Speed's coverage of the ARCA RE/MAX Series from Michigan is presented by RE/MAX, serving your real estate needs above the crowd. And brought to you in part by ARCA Nation. Get in, get on, ARCARacing.com. Brooklyn, Michigan, the site of win number 1 for Justin Lofton. The 2-mile Michigan International Speedway was a fast racetrack, but the fastest around it was Justin Lofton.
Yeah, and you could hear the 8,800 RPMs on his rev limiter while he was doing that burnout, too.
First win, but he knows how to celebrate. Let's go down to Wendy Benarini, who's with our winner.
Justin Lofton climbs out of his car in the makeshift victory lane here at Michigan International Speedway. The first win for young Justin Lofton. He climbs out of his car. His best prior finish this season was 12th, so not only is this his win, his first top 10 in the ARCA RE/MAX Series, Justin Lofton in victory lane here at Michigan. Justin, I know you have a wave of emotions. You actually said, I don't even know what to do to celebrate.
I don't. I don't know. I mean, it's phenomenal. The Lofton Kettle Dodge was just awesome. The DST guys, the Nate, Johnny, Eddie, everyone there is just absolutely awesome. This is, I can't believe this. I'm too emotional to do anything.
Were you at all worried about that pit stop earlier in the race? We've changed right side tires here with Hoosier making that tire change, and then you had a lengthy pit stop. Did that at all concern you?
Not really. Just I was afraid I didn't want to burn up my tires before I actually got up to it. But you know what? They made up for it on that second pit stop, and that's the one that counted.
All right, Justin Lofton. I think Eddie Sharp said it best. Justin Lofton is the real deal, guys.
Fifth different first-time winner in 2008.
Yeah, that's incredible, really.
Yeah, I mean, adding his name to the list of Scott Speed, Joey Logano, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Matt Carter.
Make sure you think Jessica, your car owner.
You hear Eddie give him some instructions there.
Make sure you thank your car owner. That's great. And so it continues for the celebration. He gets the hardware from Ryan Newman. Now let's go to Jim Trado.
With a driver who certainly had his mind set on pulling into victory lane here at Michigan. Sean Case, so close. What happened with the tire going down?
It was, I guess, with like 20 laps to go, we started getting a chatter in the front end, and I thought I had a right front going down, but apparently left rear was going down. You know, picked up some stack in the back, making the front drive into the corner. But you know, I got to put my hats off to my team. Shiki Hattori is a great guy. He's given me a great opportunity with AW, Ice and AW, and you know, I just got to thank my team. You know, working the shop full time with Jermaine Racing, and the guys work their tails off, and I can't say enough for them. You're only as good as your equipment and the people around you, and you know, I'm out there, and you know, we had a good 5/10 on the whole field, and it just goes to show you how good of a car that we had. It's unfortunate, but you know, we're not running for points. We're going in here just learning each week, and I'm disappointed, but at the same time, really excited for the next race we got coming up, and we'll see what happens.
Nice save, Sean Case. Great to see a good run. Guys?
Kept the car off the wall and was able to go back out on the racetrack. Want to take a look at our unofficial results. Again, Justin Lofton winning this race, his first win in his career for the ARCA REMAX Series. Ricky Stenhouse, a good points day for him, finishing second.
Yeah, 9-time champion Frank Kimmel with a great third-place finish. Scott Speed ends up with a top 5, and Brian Scott made his all the way back to the top 5. Patrick Sheltra, another good run in 6th, and a lot of youngsters there in that top 10.
And it continues on. Rob Brent finishing in 11th, so still hasn't been able to improve on that top 5 finish he had in Kansas earlier this year, but another solid performance.
See, way back in 37th position, Justin Allgaier, unfortunately tough break on pit road, breaks something on pit road, and John Graham will round out the field.
Tough points day for Allgaier. He came in 155 points back, and then having those issues today really backed him up in the points. Jim Trado.
P2 for point leader Ricky Stenhouse. Ricky, what was the difference for you? You had a strong car at points in the race today.
Yes, sir. It was really strong. I think we might have made a bad gear change there, but who knows? It might have hurt us if we had the other one in. But all the guys on the Roush Fenway team did an awesome job. Pit stops. Lumpy made a good 2-tire call there that got us up to the front even further than what we already were. So that was a good call for us. And these Roush Yates engines, they couldn't ask for much more. I mean, they ran hard and got us up through the pack there. And Ford, you know, we were hoping we could get it done for Ford, but you know, they give us everything we need, and they do a great job for us. So too bad we couldn't get it done, but we still got the points lead, so I guess it's a pretty good day.
Certainly was fun to watch on this wide racetrack as well. Wendy?
Frank Kimmel comes home 3rd, and that moves him up in the points by 1 spot. A good day for you, Frank.
Not bad for this Ford Fusion. We were really happy with it. 12 laps of practice on it here, and come home 4th. Pretty happy.
All right, Frank Kimmel, smiles on his face here at Michigan International Speedway.
Frank actually finished 3rd in this race.
He may have been talking
about points.
Yeah,
yep.
Moves up to 4th, as you can see right here. Ricky Stenhouse extends his lead over Scott Speed to 95 points. Matt Carter